Right. So start reconnecting with your breath, as we always say, and elongating every inhalation and every exhalation. Let's have our knees slightly bent. Let's push through the index finger and your thumb, and let's really lift your sitting bones really high. So imagine in your head that your hands are an extension of your torso. So you're not bending towards the mat. The whole upper body and your hands are in one line. And we actively pushing the mat away with the hands as much as we're pushing it with our legs. Now from here, just transfer your body to almost plank. You can lower your knees if needed, otherwise just stay like this as I explained. Now with your hands still on the mat, imagine you twisting, the hands won't move, but imagine you twisting the hands inside. So your shoulder blades will slightly change the rotation. And then come back to downward facing dog. And see how it feels in your shoulder blades, in your upper back. If it feels more comfortable or not. Then come back onto almost plank. You can again lower your knees. And now go with your hands. Imagine you moving the hands other way. So the hands are fixed on the mat. And imagine you like twisting jars opposite directions. Then come back to downward facing dog and see how that feels. Apparently, for majority of people, this is better alignment. For me, it's actually worse, so I'm in minority in version 1. Come back to almost plank and now choose the option which works better for you, whether you're twisting inwards with your palms or outwards. So you see the elbows are moving slightly in a different way. And then come back to downward facing dog. Take a long inhale. Now push again through your hands and through your feet. Lift your sitting bones high. On the next inhale now, let's lift the right leg high. Keep it there. Bend the knee and heel comes towards your sitting bones, towards your glutes. Keep lifting that bent knee and keep lifting the left hip as much as you're lifting the right hip. Look underneath your right armpit. Stay here, inhale. We're stretching the left leg, the inner side. We're stretching, we're opening the hip, and we're working on our hands. Then step forward. At first, come to your knees and step forward onto lizard. The right heel stays on the mat. The toes come off the mat as always. The knee comes really to the side. And this time, we're not going to go low. We're staying on the tiptoes, on the tips of our hands, and we're opening the chest forward. So the hips are going really low, as much as it's low, means low for you. The knee comes to the side, and we're looking forward. So we're opening the hips. Now push the back leg towards the ground. The back leg is working. The hips are opening and we have slight back bend. One more inhale. And then on the exhale, start walking with your hands towards the side. So the torso goes away from your hip. We're still just on the fingertips. Now maybe stay here or maybe lower onto your left elbow. And then whether you're on the elbow or on your hands, start reaching with your inner hand further. Like you're reaching really towards something really valuable. We're stretching, we're still opening the hip. We're still pushing through the back leg. And we really extending the side torso, side of the body. Hold here for one more moment. And then come back to center. Now remember from last week, gate pose. Now your back foot comes off the mat, the knee stays as it was. The right leg goes parallel with the mat. If it needs to go down, go down. Otherwise, the right hand, the right leg is in one line. We stay here for 3 breaths, or go straight into Kapinjalasana, bend the top leg, the foot goes towards the glutes, and maybe we're reaching that foot and opening the chest to the side. Wherever you are, gate pose here, or in pheasant pose, Kapinjalasana, stay here for a little bit longer. Maybe one more breath, beautiful hold, and then come back to center. Tap your toes, lift your hips, come back to downward facing dog. Remember your preferred alignment of your hands. Keep pushing the mat away. Inhale, left leg this time up. We're bending the top leg. The heel is coming close to the glutes. Left knee lifting even higher. We're looking underneath the left shoulder. Lift the right hip even higher. Stay here for a little bit longer. One more inhale. And exhale, step forward to lizard on other side. Or first you come on our knees and left foot lands outside of your left hand and the toes come off the mat. Once more, we just stay on the fingertips, with hips go really low and we're looking forward. We're opening the chest, we're really heavy in hips, and we're even pushing the back leg down towards the mat, so the back leg is working. Stay here, one more inhale. Beautiful lizards. And on the exhale, we're starting walking towards right. The left knee stays as it was. And either stay here and start reaching with the left hand, or come to the forearm and we're reaching with the left hand. Stay here for 2 breaths. One more. Remember, push the back leg down and then come back to center. And this time, left leg go all the way back. Right foot moves off the mat. We going on to gate pose other side. The whole upper hand and leg are in one line. That's option 1. Or bend the top leg, grab the foot, and further bend the back, open the chest. Wherever you are, stay for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release, come back to all fours, and maybe let's just open the chest in a puppy stretch. So hips stay high, and we start walking the hand forward. Maybe lift the hands onto the fingertips, and the chest goes low. Maybe your forehead lands all the way on the mat. Otherwise, you can take the brick and rest the forehead on the brick. Take 2 more inhalations and then long exhalations. 1 more inhale, and on the exhale, chest goes down. Beautiful. Really come back to all fours, put the block on the side, tap your toes, lift back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale here. On the exhale, lower the right heel in and down. Bend the left leg. We really once more stretching the side. And then come back to center and other side. Do this few times in your own rhythm. Really stretching the side, going deep on the back leg, and the other leg is straight. Then come back slowly to center, and we start walking to the front. Palms to your hips, and then lift all the way up. Before we go into flow, I want you to do one more back bend, extending, a bit more static. We are with the legs hip distance apart. Again, if you have a brick, take the brick. So we activate the legs more. We're really actively squeezing the brick. On the inhale, and actually before we inhale, I want you to interlace your fingers and then release the index finger. So that's Anjali Mudra. And as we are like this, we slightly bend the knees, and on the inhale, we reach all the way up and engage your glutes, engage your abdominals, and start bending all the way by really reaching with your palms high and start bending back. Your hands eventually are in line with your ears. You're looking up, the head dropping back, and you pushing the hips forward. Stay, this is a half moon pose. Stay here for 2 breaths. Really squeezing your abdominals, squeezing your glutes and your legs. One more inhale. Now on the exhale, come back to straight. Open your arms to the side, really opening the chest and sitting down with the hips and lifting palms up onto Utkatasana. Fierce pose. We still have breath between the legs. We're sitting as low as possible. The hands are straight, and maybe we open the chest to the front. So we give it a low back bend today in the Utkatasana. One more inhale. And then come back to standing, palms, interlace the palms behind, open the chest to the sky again. Inhale here, and then bend your knees slightly, bow down, hands go up. We're reaching the hands up. Now imagine the hands are still interlaced, but they're tearing apart, so the hands are actively working, while we're also stretching the lower back. Inhale, we're sitting, release your hands, sit in Utkatasana once more, reaching palms high. And then exhale, come back to standing. We do it one more time. So interlace your fingers other way around in the Anjali Mudra with index finger release. On the inhale, bend your knees slightly, then reach everything up, look towards your hands and start bending back. Your glutes are working, abdominals are working to protect lower back. We're really reaching through the hands and then bending a little bit more. Hips are going forward. Hold here, inhale. And then exhale, come back to straight, palms going to the side. Really opening the chest. Beautiful. Now interlace hands behind. Other way around again, looking forward, inhale. Start tearing the hands apart so they're not together, they're tearing apart, so they're working. And then on the exhale, bow down, hands go all the way up and head hangs heavy. Stay here, inhale. Long exhale, maybe lift your sitting bones a little bit higher. And then release your hands one last time. We're sitting in Utkatasana. Hands are extension of your torso, of your back. Reaching really high with the hands. Sit maybe a little bit lower. Feel strong and in control. One last inhale. And then release. Come back to standing, palms to your chest. Release the block if you had the block. And close your eyes and take a few moments. Shoulder blades together and down, palms close to your chest. Sway from one side to another on your feet. Feel the ground with your feet, so you're pushing through your big toe mound and your low toe mound and your heels. Really active hips, active glutes and your feet. Now blink your eyes open and we start with the flow. Inhale, reaching forward and all the way down, up. Maybe introduce the low back bend. Exhale, bend your knees, bow down. As always, palms to mat, head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift and look forward. Exhale, palms to the mat, right leg. Big step back. Keep the knee off the ground today. Inhale. On your fingertips, chest opens to the front. Hips are low. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, transfer to plank. Inhale in plank, push the mat away. Exhale, maybe lower your knees, lower all the way to the ground. Another back bend, lotus pose, palms along your body. Lift your heels, lift your legs, upper legs, heels are together if possible. Thumbs up, shoulder blades together, look forward. Hold here, inhale. Exhale now, elbows underneath your shoulder. We know this thing's nothing complicated. Push the mat away, like floor is not going to move, but we're imagining we're pulling the floor towards ourselves. Push the pubic bone down, and look forward. Inhale, exhale, tuck, lift your hips, and stay here, or tuck your toes and lift your knees. You are in the forearm plank. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Look forward, Sphinx. Untuck your toes, looking forward, pulling the mat away towards your chest. And exhale, lower everything down. Palms outside of your chest, push the mat away. You in all fours, transferring into downward facing dog. Inhaling downward dog. Remember your hands. Push the mat away, twist the hands as they prefer. On the exhale, right leg, big step forward between your hands, or first on your knees. Between your hands, really lift the left knee. Inhale again, chest opens to the front. We just on the fingertips. And exhale, step forward to Uttanasana. Bow down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands underneath your knees, look forward. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And exhale, palms to heart center. We add to it hamstring while we're doing second side. Inhale, reaching forward and up. Maybe slight back bend as before. Exhale, bow down, palms to mat, head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, hands underneath your knees, look forward, shoulder blades together. And exhale, palms to mat, left leg, big step back. Again, left knee is off the mat. Now inhale, look forward for a moment. We on the fingertips. Exhale, start stretching, strengthening the right leg. See how much you go. You can flex the foot, you can have the foot on the mat. My preferred way is flex foot. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, rebend the knee and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Transfer to plank. Push the mat away, strong in your shoulders. Exhale, lower the knees, lower all the way to mat. This time cobra, palms as they are, another back bend, elbows close to your chest, look forward, lift on your hands, the hands will always be bent, don't worry about it. Hold here, inhale, beautiful, lower down. One more, sweet sphinx. Elbows underneath your shoulder like you're on the beach, looking forward, and then pulling that flow towards yourself. Chest opens to the front, push the pubic bone down. Beautiful, stay here, or lift your hips a little bit. Stay here or tuck your toes, lift your knees a little bit. You're in forearm plank. Stay here for 3 breaths. Or right leg just off the mat for 1 moment. Release. Left leg just off the mat for 1 moment. Release. And then come all the way down to Sphinx. Beautiful, strong flow. Looking forward in Sphinx. And then exhale, release everything. Palms outside of your chest. Once more. Transfer to all 4. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips really high. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, left leg. Step forward between your hands. Or first lower the knees. Step forward and re-lift your right knee. Inhale, chest looks forward. Exhale, we're strengthening the left leg. Again, maybe flex your foot. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, rebend the knee, right leg to left leg, and bow down. Inhale, halfway lift, push through the crown of the head, strong back. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, we're reaching forward and all the way up. Look towards your hands, maybe bend your back a little bit. And exhale, palms to heart center. We will build on that. Inhale now, Utkatasana, sun salutation. We're reaching palms up, sitting low on the chair. Exhale, bow down, palms to the ground, hips high. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward, shoulder blades together. Exhale, now palms on the ground, and then hop back or step both legs to downward facing dog. Inhale, down dog. Exhale. Right leg, step between your hands, lower the back heel in and down. Warrior one. Choose your strike. Reaching palms high, back leg is straight, push through the outer edge. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back to downward facing dog. Stay here, or with me, palm all the way to plank. Maybe lower your knees, or maybe without. Shoulder blades go forward. Then push them other way. Lift the chest forward, opening. Lifting your knees up, upward dog. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Other side, inhale here. Exhale. Left leg, step forward between your hands or face on your knees between your hands. Lift, lower the back heel in and down. Warrior one, other side. Chest is open forward. We're reaching all the way up. Back leg is straight. Inhale here. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Everyone stay here for 5 breaths. Or if needed, you can come down to child's pose. Take well-deserved rest. And now imagine you coming back, you really, if you're in a down dog, you're still thinking about the twisting. How is the best to position your arms for your body? You are in the driving seat. You putting your body in a position so it feels good for you. Let's take one more inhale. Big sigh out. On the next inhale, hop forward or step both legs forward. I'm gonna hop forward onto the top of the mat. From top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bow down to the mat. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And exhale, palms to heart center. That was sun salutation. Be beautiful, everyone. We start with the new sequence. Inhale, reaching forward and up, maybe slightly back bend. Exhale, bow down, palms to mat. Now, careful. We're on the fingertips only. Inhale like you were stepping backwards with the right leg, but just lift it up and keep it there. Halfway split. Now, either stay here or maybe with your left hand, grab the left ankle. The head is low, the top leg is high. We stay here for 3. Stay here for 2. One more inhale. And then step backwards into high lunge, lifting palms high. We all know that one. But this time we lower the back knee almost to the mat. Inhale here. Beautiful. Exhale. Now palms to your heart center. We're moving on to warrior 3. Everyone now warrior 3. Push the back leg away. Lifting the back leg to your level. You can be here. The top leg, the standing leg will be bouncing, wobbling a little bit for me as well. We keep lifting the back leg. Now imagine your back is back bending like we did in a half moon. Hold here for one more breath. And then very slowly come to standing. The back leg, knee comes to your chest. Hold here, inhale. Now next one, we're gonna either stay here and hold the knee, or maybe you can grab with your index finger and your third finger, your thumb, your big toe, sorry, not your thumb. Gonna come closer. And from here, you see my knee comes to the side. And then I start kicking forward, but my back is straight all the time. So it doesn't matter how straight is the leg, it's the back which is straight. So my leg won't go all the way straight, almost, but I'm almost there after 10 years. So don't stress about it. Just keep the balance, keep the back straight, and work on your leg. Beautiful balances. One more inhale. And then we're going back to that half split. So hands land on the mat. We're lifting the right leg up. Hold here, inhale. And then exhale, land in high lunge once more. Inhale, lift the hands up and the back knee is almost on the mat. Exhale, palms to mat. Right knee comes to the ground. Once more, gate pose. So right foot comes off the mat and you choose either gate pose or you choose Kapinchalasana, pheasant pose from last week. We're grabbing the foot on the outside, then maybe you can walk the hand even towards inner leg. Doesn't matter if it's on the outside. Then bend it back. I am at the back towards you, just so you can see the alignment. Or you here. One more inhale. And exhale, come back to all fours. And push to downward facing dog. Let's take inhale here. And then flow with me. We're moving on to plank. Inhale in plank. You can lower your knees. Lower the chest halfway. Shoulder blades go forward. Then push them other way. Inhale, untuck your toes. Lift your knees up. Upward dog. Exhale, tuck your toes. And come back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Now left leg, lifting that leg up. As before, we bend that knee, heel comes close to your glutes. We lifting that knee even higher. We opening the chest towards the left. We looking underneath our left shoulder, and we lifting even the higher the right hip. Everything is lifting up. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, left leg step forward, or first come on your knees, step forward between your hands. Come back to high lunge. Inhale, lifting your palms up. Exhale, palms to your heart center, bend that right leg again. Inhale here, and then we're moving on to warrior three for one more time. Back leg lifts up, hips are level, see to what level you will get. Keep the balance. Maybe bend your back, then do a little back bend so hands are in your chest, out underneath your chest or along your body. Hold, inhale, and then come back to standing. Now we will do down, so you can release the leg to give it a little bit of rest. We will do dancer as last week, but without the belt, unless you need the belt, but I trust you don't need the belt. So, your knees will be together, but we will grab the foot on the outside. Then start walking with your hand to the inside of your foot. So you see my shoulder is already open, really open, and my back starts bending. So now my knees are now in one line. Then I start kicking. You can hold the chair or whatever you have there. Now my leg is kicking and my back, so this is the back bend, but it's also a shoulder opener. So I keep kicking until I cannot kick anymore. Then you can lower your chest a bit down. Lifting the left hand up, If accessible, hold here for 3. Hold for 2. That careful so the right knee doesn't go too much to the side. Hips are on in the same direction, sorry. And then release. Now inhale, reach your palms up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms underneath your knees. Exhale, bow down. Now left leg, big step back. We do it on other side. Actually, before we do this, we need to do the half split. Sorry, I got distracted. Lifting the left leg high. Maybe with your right hand, grab the right ankle. The leg head is heavy. We're lifting the top leg high. Hold here for 3. Hold for 2. Hold for 1. And then release the leg. We in high lunge. Inhale, reaching palms up. Exhale, back leg bends almost to the mat, palms to your heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, transfer to warrior 3 on other side. We're lifting the left leg high. Inhale here. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. And then slowly transfer to standing. Lifting the left knee up. We're grabbing the toe with the 2 first fingers. Knees on the side. Back is straight. And I start kicking forward. See where you will get with your back straight. Hold here for a bit longer. Let's give it one more breath. And then release to that high standing split again. Hands on the ground. We're lifting the back leg straight and up. Hold here, inhale. And then release the leg. We're moving on to high lunge. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, palms to heart center, back knees down. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the knee. Kapinchalasana, other side. The foot goes off the mat. The right leg goes extended. You can stay in gate pose, or we bend the top leg. We grab it on the outside, and maybe you can walk as you did on the inner dancer towards the inner side of your foot. Then you do what you did in the dancer. You keep kicking, you're opening the chest, you're back bending. Hold here for 3. Hold for 2. Pheasant pose, my favorite recently. And for 1, it's last time I'm troubling you with this one. We're back on all fours, tap your toes, back to downward facing dog. Either stay here or come to child's pose to rest, or flow with me if you will feel strong. We move on to plank. Inhaling plank, push the mat away. Exhale, maybe lower your knees. Shoulder blades going forward, elbows are close to your chest. Inhale, open the chest forward, lift your knees. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. If you were in a child's pose, then join us. Hold here, inhale, everyone alive. Big exhale. On the next inhale, we're lifting right leg up. Exhale, heel comes to your glutes. We're opening, we're lifting the knee even higher. I can really feel my left leg stretching on the inside, opening my hips. My glutes are working. My chest is stretching on the side as well. Hold here, inhale. Beautiful 3-legged dogs. And on the exhale, step forward into high lunge. Or we first on the knees and then we transfer to high lunge. Inhale, reaching palms high. Exhale, palms to heart center. Bend that back knee down a little bit. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, one more. Strong, fluid warrior 3. Lift the back leg. See where it will get you. With your hips in one line. Back is straight. Back is maybe even slightly bent. Hold here, inhale. And then on the exhale, very slowly, we're transferring to standing. Left knee is up. Give it a rest if needed. And we transfer to dancer. So we're going to grab the foot on the outside. Tick, tick, tick. We start moving the hand so it grabs the foot on the inside. Shoulders really open. You can stay here. You can stay here. It's how you feel. You control the tension. So now with the foot, see where it will get you as you kick it away. So the back is bending, the shoulder is opening, the glutes are working. Maybe lift your right hand up. Maybe transfer the whole torso further forward. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, hold for me for one more breath. And then a release. Come back to standing. Now let's take one breath. Really open the chest to the side and up. And exhale comes to heart center. Lift one more time your left knee up and put the ankle on the opposite knee. Doesn't matter which side you do, we will do both sides. We're sitting very low, like we did at the beginning in the chair. Now see if you can go with your hands all the way down. If not, just stay here. If you can go with your hands all the way down, your left hand stays on the fingertips and your elbow with the bent knee just cuddles that bent knee. Now start pushing the knee towards your hand and the hand is pushing toward the leg. So it's really, both are working, pushing against each other, and we're really sitting low. Hold here for 2 breaths. One more breath. Both legs are active and we're stretching the outer hips. And then come back to standing, beautiful. We just swap the side, whichever side you were on. Bend the other leg. The ankle is on the knee and we're sitting really low. Really opening my side outer hip. See if you can get onto the floor. Or Jackie, maybe use the block. You can put the hand on the block and then grab the other knee and start pushing the knee. I'll show the option with the block. So maybe it's a bit easier. We're sitting really low. The foot is flexed and we're pushing that knee towards the hand and we're pushing the hand towards the knee. Stay here for one more breath. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then release. Inhale, we're sitting low. Lift your hands up. Hold here in the chair. And then start sitting really low. Control. Nothing drastic. And we sit on the hips. We transfer straight into boat. Legs are high. Bend in line with the mat. And then your hands are in line with your legs. Then see how is your back. Is the back straight? Hold here, inhale. Exhale, half boat. We stretching the legs and the bottom shoulder blades are off the mat still. Hands are by your heart center. Inhale here. Beautiful hold. Come back to boat. Hold, inhale, boat. Exhale, cross your legs and transfer to all four and transfer to downward facing dog. Inhale in down dog. Stay here or with me, one flow. Transfer to plank. Push in plank, inhale. Exhale, lower your knees. Shoulders go forward. Push the mat away, inhale. Lift your knees. Exhale, lower your knees, tap your toes. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale in down dog. Exhale, jump forward. So lower your knees, jump forward or step forward into the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart center. One last Utkatasana. Inhale, sitting low, reaching hands high. Exhale, lower all the way to mat and sit into boat. Now from boat, this time, I want you to open your legs to the side. We used to do this, which was Bakasana, crow, recline crow. But today, so your upper arms are inside of your knees. But today, pushing your hands away, I want you to strike open the legs. So point your toes, open your legs as much as possible. This is called Titipasana, which is fly dragon pose, I think. Titipasana, really working your core, but also really working your hamstrings. Hold here for one more breath, and then release everything onto your back. So today, not as you usually do your bridge, I want your feet to put on the width of your mat, so a bit wider. And with this feet alignment, just start pushing your hips high. Your outer hips should work a little bit more. And stay here for 3 breaths. Maybe your hands over your head. I like doing that. And I keep pushing my whole feet, mat away with my whole feet. I keep pushing my glutes up. And I also slightly opening my shoulders. Let's stay one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, lower down. Lift your chest up. We do it one more time. So we're pushing the hands away, rounding your spine. The knees are outside your upper arms. And we start opening the legs. We hold here for 3, for 2, bit of fun, and 1 release. One more bridge. Feet are mat distance apart, lifting hips high. Stay here for 3 breaths. So if you advance with your wheel, I'm just going to show you can do your wheel. I'm not going to teach the wheel now. It's dangerous to teach if you don't have the students in the class. So hold here for 1 more breath. And then release. Bring your knees close to your chest and together. Now drop your knees to your right. Now, as with your right hand, grab the outer edge of your left foot and your bottom knee moves down toward on the mat. And then you see if you can extend the top leg. See where you get. You can get here. The left shoulder is pulling towards the mat. Left hand is extended on the left side, and we're looking towards the left hand. And we think if we can extend the left leg as well. So we like a cross position. Stay here for 3 breaths. Now get your attention to where you feel it's stretching, but also feel the opposite. So if your attention was on the leg, now see how is your left shoulder. Can it go a bit more down onto your mat? One more inhale. And then release. Rebend both knees to the center. And then we go on other side. So I'm going to change. Both knees go slowly, slowly, slowly. Land on the other side. I grab the top foot on the outside with my left hand. I extend the top leg. The bottom knee goes down. My right palm is reaching towards the right direction. So my right shoulder is going close to the mat. And I keep my right leg so it extends, it stretches my left shoulder, but it also stretches, where do I feel it? I mean, you notice for yourself where you feel it. I feel a little bit still in my hamstrings, in my upper hips. Now take your attention away from the leg and see where is your right shoulder. Can you put it a little bit more down? Can you twist a little bit more from your middle spine? Stay now here for one more breath. And then release everything. Your feet together, and we close in cobbler's pose, feet together, knees come to the side. We're opening the hips, we're stretching the inner legs, we're opening the chest, and palms can be on your inner legs or just lying with your palms facing up. And we stay here for a few breaths. Let's come back to your natural breath. Just gonna check time, we're right on time. So your option now is to stay just lying down on the mat. You can finish the video and stay in Shavasana, maybe with the music for a few minutes. It feels really nice. Otherwise, if you want to close with me, it's time that we come back to seated. So your knees come back together. Grab your knees or come to seated from the side. I like to roll back and forth at the end and come back seated. Now, if you have a block, you sit on the block. See the difference with your knees cross-legged, with your knees are going lower in line with your hips when you're on the block and your back is really straight. Now, close your eyes. Imagine you pushing from the top of your head, and imagine you pushing the back of your head a little bit so the chin comes closer to the chest and you're a little bit backwards. Let's take one inhale and a big sigh out. Let everything out. One more. Inhale through your nose and a big sigh out through your mouth. On the last time, your hands go to the side, open like wings, reaching forward, look towards your hands, then palms down to your forehead. Set intention for this week, something small and achievable for you or for others. And then bow down. And thank you very much for this lovely evening class, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.